you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a full Sam's Club haul. I have it all laid out for you on the counter and I can't wait to show you. If you didn't see my previous Sam's Club video, I just showed you a bunch of new things in the store as well as some of the things that were in my cart. But here I have a full layout for you. We're also gonna be doing some food prep, some meal prep. Maybe I'll be able to show you what I've got going on for dinner. And let's just jump right into it. Here is our full spread, you guys. I was shocked when I got to the register and this was like $330, something like that. We did get a really big purchase in there as well as some clothes, as you can see. We'll go through all that. Let's start off. So we're doing some cucumbers. I would have gotten 2 packs of these because we can go through at least 1 cucumber in one sitting with all of us. I like to peel them and then, you know, just like chop them up. However, I chop them up smaller for salads or in slices if we're having them with like ranch, but the rest of them were really squishy and you do not want squishy cucumbers. That means they're going bad. Next up are these green bananas that will probably be ripe next year. So we'll see what I end up doing with those. We've got some mushrooms because Derek loves them. They are a great way to beef up any meal. I also love doing 50-50 burgers, which is just 50% like really small diced up mushrooms and 50% beef, and they're very good. 2 things of blueberries, 2 things of grapes, 2 things of strawberries. And the reason I got so much fruit, hopefully this will last us 2 weeks. We'll see, okay? My kids go through fruit like it's water, and that's really okay with me because it's just a better snack for them than something processed, right? But I have not been buying enough fruit for me to have some too, and I love fruit, and I am really craving fruit this pregnancy. So I got some fruit, enough that I can have some too. Nectarines back there. I'm not usually a huge fan of nectarines, to be honest with you. I love peaches, but these were really soft. And I was like, you know what? We're going for them. Back here, we've got some romaine hearts. I've been really into salads lately, especially ones with a lot of toppings and especially ones with a lot of chicken on them. I don't know why. I made a few of them on my Instagram with you guys. I made a chicken Caesar salad and then a buffalo chicken salad. And they both were so fabulous. I had to get more romaine to do salads again. I ran out. I sometimes use spring mix, but honestly, I love romaine more. I just have to choke down the spring mix. This is my favorite trail mix, the triple berry nut trail mix. You guys saw me get this if you watched my Sam's Club shopping video, and I already broke into it on the way home. I am filming this literally right as I got home from Sam's Club, but it's so good. I'm trying to open it for you. Why did I feel the need to open that for you? I'm not sure, but those little chocolate chunks in there are my favorite. I love the dried cranberries. They've got a lot of nuts in there. So I'll usually just take a handful or 2 at a time. And then sometimes I like to pack these in little sandwich bags and keep them in the car for the kids in case they get hungry while we're out, and it's a really good snack for them. Right here, we have a rotisserie chicken. Not sure what I'm doing with that yet. Creamy chicken and rice casserole would be fabulous. My mom used to make an incredible one, and I use her recipe quite a bit. We've got these, let's turn around, French beans. I just needed some fresh green beans this week for a tater tot casserole that we're doing that calls for fresh green beans. Also, I really like these roasted in the oven. I typically roast them at like 425. I don't know, these are fairly thin, so maybe 15 to 17 minutes, just watch them. And all you do is put a little bit of oil on them. I do either avocado oil or olive oil, and then whatever seasonings you want. Make sure you add salt though. Brussels sprouts, these are my favorite in the oven when I do them at 425. Roast them up for like 20 minutes, get them really good. And then I toss them with buffalo sauce and honey. And I showed you guys how to do that when I was making those romaine hearts, the buffalo chicken salad. It's so good, okay? Just don't sleep on it, it's so good. Organic cage-free eggs. My Sam's Club had like a fair amount of eggs, had plenty of them to go around. Fresh asparagus here. I love also roasting this up at 425 with like the rest of the veggies that you guys saw. Again, just oil, salt, pepper would be fine, but I usually do salt, garlic powder, or even like a pre-made seasoning. I really love the meat and potatoes one from Thrive. That's made by Primal Palette. Made Good chocolate drizzled granola bars. These are the birthday cake flavor. My kids both loved these, and I did too, and actually so did Derek. They are free of all those things on the side, so they're school safe, but also allergen friendly, and just a good thing to keep in the pantry. Back here we have these chickpea vegan white cheddar puffs. So I had not seen these in forever, like even at my own Costco. So I was buying them on Thrive. So I grabbed 2 bags of these because I was shocked to see them at Sam's Club. I've never seen them at Sam's Club before. And my kids love using these to dip. 2 of our favorite dips. One is the Kite Hill spinach and artichoke dip. It's like a creamy dip, very hard to find. The other one is on Thrive. It's a Primal Palette queso. It's shelf stable, but it's so good. especially with those chickpea puffs. We got some Flamin' Hot Cheetos right here for Derek. He loves those. Organic raw and unfiltered honey. I shared this in the Sam's Club haul, but this is the type of honey that I will use in like sauces or marinades or things where the honey might not be like the star of the show. If I want the honey to be the star of the show, not that this honey is bad, it's good. I am not just a huge honey fan, so I'll use the really raw honey that I get from Thrive. It's literally called really raw honey, but for other purposes, and I use this way more frequently, I use this one. It was 15 bucks for that big bottle. I thought that was pretty good. Then I got this cute little jogger set. These are the pants. I got a medium in both. Here's the top. It's super cute. On the sides, it kind of scoops in a little bit. These were $14 a piece, so a full outfit for under $30, and they are so soft. When they say soft, they mean soft. We grabbed some ground turkey and some ground beef. These are pretty much staples in our house along with chicken breast. Those are the three meats that we cook with most often. I would love to do some burgers tonight. That just sounds amazing. It's 50 degrees out right now and sunny. We have seen the sunshine, but not with this kind of warm weather, and I am loving it. So some burgers like on the grill sound incredible. Cara oranges right here. My kids love these, and they are great in smoothies. Sometimes I even leave on part of the orange peel and throw it in the smoothie, and you're gonna get a lot more of that orange flavor. If I'm not using them in a smoothie, I just slice them up for my kids, and they go crazy for them. They call them the pink oranges. This is some organic granulated garlic, just really a basic staple. I would have gotten this at Costco had I have been thinking. Let's see. Waterloo. This is one of my favorites. I love the watermelon Waterloo, but it doesn't come in this big pack. So I'm going for the big pack, which is like $10 for all of these. I like to keep these really, really cold in the fridge and then pop it open. You can even do it over ice, but really cold is the key. So strawberry, lemon lime, and black cherry in here. And then down on the floor here, I just didn't have enough counter space. We got some russet potatoes, which are really basic, but Logan has been telling me he doesn't like potatoes recently, but if I cut them into the shape of fries, he will eat them. So I grabbed some of these, and then the little potatoes. I just love these little creamer potatoes. They are so good. I made little potato wedges out of them the other night, and they were spectacular. You just roast them at like 425 for like 35 minutes with oil and whatever spices you want on them. Amazing. Our last thing that we got is right here, and this thing was $60. So that was quite a bulk of the $330 that I spent, but worth it. This is a picnic table by Lifetime. It is a kid size. It came in purple and blue. I chose the blue. That's the one Derek said he wanted. So I said, perfect, we'll go with that. Stain resistant, love that. Folds flat. It fit right in my car, no problem. It really does just like fold up really flat, which is also great for storing in the winter if you plan on having this outside. Although you can use it indoor and outdoor. It's weather resistant, which is fabulous. And I liked that it had a metal base. So our last one that we had handed down to us, which was so amazing, and I'm so grateful for it, was all plastic. The whole thing was plastic, and it broke really quickly with the kids like jumping on it, and not like jumping on the table, but like jumping into the seat. It was with just regular use and it broke down. So I really like that this one's metal, and it'll probably be sitting outside this summer. That is it for the haul portion of this. I'm gonna see how much I can get done before our company shows up here. We have some company coming over, and I'm like really pushing it to the limit. They're supposed to be here at 3:30 and it's 3:22. So let's see how much I can get done in that time. We are getting started with cooking dinner. I ended up not being able to get around to doing any kind of food prep before our guests got there. They pretty much got there after I filmed that, which was really perfect timing. So I'm just cooking dinner now. This is the ground turkey that I showed you in that haul from Sam's Club. And I'm just making some spaghetti because I feel like after a long day of going to the grocery store and filming and all of that kind of stuff, I just need an easy meal. And one of my go-to easy meals for the family is always spaghetti, but we like it better with meat sauce. And I love it with ground turkey. Although this pregnancy, I have been loving ground beef a lot recently too, which I think just means I need more iron or something. I don't know. I actually got my blood taken, what was it, a couple weeks ago, to do the gestational diabetes test, and that came back completely clear. I do not have gestational diabetes, which is fabulous, but I do have a low red blood cell count, which apparently is normal in pregnancy and not really anything to be worried about, especially with the level that I was at. But it was just interesting to see that come back, and I was like, that makes sense why I've been craving red meat so much, because I usually really can't stomach red meat very much. I just don't really like it. Anyways, we're coming back. We're seasoning our turkey. This darn garlic thing that I got from Sam's Club took me forever to open. I really do not like the jar it came in, and there's no like sprinkle top to it. So you just have to pour it out in your hand or just kind of shimmy it out of the jar, and that's just not my style. So I'm gonna have to find a shaker top for that. But this right here, I cleaned the blueberries. We're trying to get as much fruit prepped. My kids, like I said, go through fruit like water. I'm sure your kids are likely the same, or maybe even you're the same. And so I just like to have it prepped and ready to go, and I put it in these open bowls in the fridge, which is something that I learned from my mother-in-law, something that I never would have thought to do, but even just leaving it in an open bowl for some reason, everybody can grab like a handful as they walk by, and it's so much easier. So I do the same thing with grapes. I know some people say this makes them go bad faster. Grapes, blueberries, anything, washing it in advance. But because we're going through it so quickly, we really have had no problems like eating it, you know what I mean? These green grapes were so good, by the way. I have been wanting to add like a grapevine in our garden along with the whole garden because I haven't even gotten that set up yet. But I'm pretty sure grapevines take like a couple years to establish. Isn't that right? So it might be a little while before I get on establishing a grapevine. We actually have quite a bit of, I think I mentioned this in my last couple videos, we have quite a bit of landscaping that we are going to be doing along with putting in a garden. So I need to think about what I want to put in there to know how much space I need, blah, 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 you know, all that kind of adult stuff. But this is the gluten-free pasta that I use. It's tried and true by me. It's the Jovial gluten-free brown rice pasta. It's just organic brown rice and water. But my tip for gluten-free pasta, any of it, is as soon as you put it into the water, you need to stir it with something like a fork or like that pasta stirrer that I just showed you guys. And then I always cook that Jovial pasta for 1 more minute than it says on the box. I just find it does better for us. So here I'm washing off the grapes. If you're wondering what I am washing my fruit with, I'm just rinsing it off really well first, kind of massaging it with my hands to get like dirt off, and then I spray it with the Force of Nature cleaner. I've been doing this for years, and they say it's safe on fruit, and I really love the Force of Nature cleaner. It's been my favorite, which reminds me I need to order some. So I just spray it with the Force of Nature cleaner, leave that on there for like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something, come back around to it, and then I rinse it off again and put it in a bowl with a paper towel at the bottom just so it doesn't get too soggy. But with the gluten-free pasta, I always rinse it off afterwards. If you let it keep cooking too long, it's going to get mushy. Although I found that the Jovial stuff really doesn't get too mushy. So that's why I love it so much. I get it on Thrive. That's the best place I can find it. But here's how dinner turned out. Have you ever found that it's so interesting? If you eat pasta at somebody else's house, it just tastes so different. And it's like everybody makes pasta so differently. I find that interesting. I remember going to friends' houses growing up, and their moms would serve spaghetti or whatever, and I'd be like, I didn't want to eat it because it just didn't taste like the one I had at home. Not that the one I had at home was super gourmet or anything. We always used the Ragu 4-cheese sauce, which I tasted a while back. It must have been like 5 years ago or something. Quite a while after I had stopped eating it as a child, and I was like, why did I ever like this stuff? I had become too accustomed to the Rouse marinara sauce, which is premium. So I just filled up that little snack bin thing. I like to have those snacks ready to go, and those are on kid level in the pantry. I designed and built that pantry myself, so I purposely did that so that the kids would be able to grab their own snacks, and I've loved it. So if you can put snacks on kid level, like maybe not candy and stuff, but you know, things that they can get into and you're fine with them having, it really takes a lot of extra work off of you. So I'm cutting up this nectarine here. By the way, these have been so good. Logan has been asking for at least one a night, although he calls them peaches, but that's totally fine. The only thing I've been struggling with these is the seed doesn't want to come out very easily on them. I'm not sure why, because they're completely ripe, but maybe it's just not the right time of season. I don't know, because isn't like peach and nectarine season in like August? This is February, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But the kids asked for a bowl of fruit, which is why I am cutting up some strawberries for them. And I almost called them peaches, nectarines. These strawberries, I cleaned them off with the Force of Nature cleaner. They're going right into my fridge, and I don't mind cutting the tops of the strawberries off this way because Cole, our dog, eats them. So I'm totally fine with him having a little strawberry snack. The kids will eat these so fast that cutting the tops off of them does not make them go bad for us. If you don't go through strawberries very quickly, though, I would not cut the tops off. It just, they'd probably go too mushy too quickly. But I am cutting up this rotisserie chicken here. This is one of my least favorite parts of grocery shopping, honestly, is cutting up the rotisserie chicken. I love that it's already done. I love that it's so easy and like the flavor and all of that. But for some reason, I just don't like taking it off the chicken. I don't know. It's not my favorite thing to do. So I'm just kind of picking at it, and it probably took me like 15 minutes. But I got a crap load of chicken off of this one, okay? Maybe not the best word to use, but I'm finding my biggest bowl that I had available here, throwing all of it in there, and what I'm basically going to do is shred it up. You're going to see here in a second. This is always my tried and true tool. Wow, say that 5 times quick. Tried and true tool. And it's literally just this $20 hand mixer. I would love to have a KitchenAid to do this in, like the KitchenAid stand mixers, but they are like, I don't know. I think the one I want is like $600. Ask me why I want that one. I can't even remember because I put it so far out of my mind because it's just not happening right now. But this $20 hand mixer does great and saves you from having to shred by hand with 2 forks. The reason it took so long this day is because this is actually the second day. I couldn't quite get everything done for the food prep in the first day of grocery shopping. So the rotisserie chicken sat in the fridge overnight, and which means it got cold. If you can do this while it's warm, it's so much easier. But I love that little trick. I've been doing that for years, and I think it makes the biggest difference. So now I'm just prepping up some romaine for some salads. Like I told you guys, I've been obsessed with salads recently, which is good because I need to get my greens in somewhere, you guys. I don't know why I have struggled with greens so much this pregnancy. They just haven't sounded appetizing, but crisp green salads, I have been loving those. This salad spinner, by the way, I don't keep a lot of extra kitchen gadgets on hand, but this is one of the things that I do because it is so worth it. The lettuce comes out dry. You can wash it right in that strainer, and then it has the leftover water in the bowl, and you just rinse that out. So I have loved that. I've had this same one for years. I got it at TJ Maxx. It's like a Cuisinart one, I think. And I've literally had it for years. It's cracking down the sides. It's not doing too hot, but I don't use it all that often, so I don't really need to replace it anytime soon. It works just fine, but I do love it. I think a salad spinner is totally worth it, especially if you like salads. It's so much cheaper to buy and cut your own lettuce like that instead of doing bagged, and I feel like it stays better longer. If you want your lettuce to stay better longer, you keep it on the root longer, is what I've always heard. If I have to store extra romaine that's already cut up, I put it in a Ziploc bag with a paper towel in it to sop up any moisture, and it stays good for a long time too. So I try to prep at least 2 salads at one time so I don't have to keep getting the same stuff out over and over again. By the way, that was the leftover rotisserie chicken that I just went ahead and threw into the freezer because I knew I wouldn't be able to use it before it went bad in the fridge. Rotisserie chicken really does not stay good very long in the fridge. So I'm just throwing it into the freezer, and I actually ended up using it in the creamy chicken and rice casserole that I shared on my Instagram later that week, and it was super easy to do. So right here, these are also another favorite kitchen tool. Again, very minimal with that stuff, but I love these salad scissors. I've had these ones for years as well, and I throw them in the dishwasher after I'm done. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that, but they have lasted, and I'll try and link those down below. They are just a game changer for not having huge pieces of salad. Like I said, I have to choke down spring mix, and the salad scissors are the only way that I can even barely do that. It's just making it into such small pieces. But here I'm making this buffalo chicken salad. I've been so excited to share this with you guys. I totally made it up on a whim. I'm sure there's recipes for it out there, but I've been craving buffalo sauce this entire pregnancy. So I took some of the shredded rotisserie chicken. I took some Grillo's pickles, that's the brand, and I cut them up real small, as well as minced some onion. I did that earlier. That's why it was already prepped. Did 2 globs of mayonnaise, a little bit of, that's Dijon mustard that I just put in there, and then a drizzle of buffalo sauce, which is really customizable. You can put in as much or as little of these things as you want, and then a sprinkle of salt, which is what you just saw go in there. But I ended up putting, you'll see later, like some extra barbecue sauce is what I want to keep saying, but it's buffalo sauce on the salad later to make it a little bit more spicy. And that turned out really, really well. I don't like a super wet chicken salad, although I'm sure to some of you this is like a super wet chicken salad, but I like it with just the right amount. Too much mayonnaise, and then all I'm tasting is mayonnaise, and I'm just not a fan of that. So buffalo chicken salad, it was so good and so easy. I'm just placing it on top of the romaine. And the next day that I made this, I actually added beets with it and some tomatoes, and it was so good. So extra buffalo sauce on top. If you're looking for like an allergy-friendly buffalo sauce, it's from Primal. Pretty much all the salad dressings that I use that are pre-made are from Primal because they're just usually a safer option for us. But I am putting in this, I want to say Spindrift, but it's not Spindrift. It's the Waterloo. Spindrift has like the added fruit in it, which gives you a little bit more flavor. I wish they had that available at the Sam's Club. They usually do, but they did not this time. So I got the Waterloo, which I do like. It's just more like LaCroix with less flavor. It's just like sparkling water. I like to keep those really cold in the fridge. So, here we are at the very end, cleaning off our counter. I took time during this whole thing to clean up as I went, and I was so happy that I did that because I didn't have this huge mess left over at the end, and I was able to clean up my counter, put away this leftover chicken salad, which you're about to see me show you right there. I had enough for the next day's salad, and then I was able to just eat my salad in peace. It was the best feeling ever. Like, the best gift you can give to yourself is just cleaning up along the way and having a clean counter. By the way, I did add some roasted potatoes and sweet potatoes to this that I had cooked up the day before. Chef's kiss. Alrighty, you guys, my dishwasher is running. My kitchen counter is clear. All I have on there is my lunch and water. And I have someone who is begging for my lunch, so I'm gonna go share with her, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yes, would you like some? You are such a goob. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below and I can keep doing these. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.